In the summer of 1984, in the small town of Middletown, Ohio, J.D. Vance was born into a life far from the story of an ordinary American child. His mother struggled with drug addiction, and his father left when he was very young. J.D. and his sister were mostly raised by their grandparents, whose tough but loving discipline would later become the backbone of his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy. Right after high school in 2003, young J.D. enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps to serve his country. He was sent to Iraq as a military journalist, where he wrote stories and took photographs in the shadow of war. The military years taught him both discipline and independence. After leaving the service, he used the GI Bill to study political science and philosophy at Ohio State University. Soon after, he achieved his dream of attending Yale Law School. There, he didn't just study law. He began to write his own story. With encouragement from Professor Amy Chua, he penned Hillbilly Elegy, which quickly became a national sensation and turned him into a household name. Vance didn't linger long in law. He stepped into the tech world, worked in venture capital in Silicon Valley, and later founded his own investment firm. Yet politics was always in the back of his mind. He returned to Ohio, launched initiatives to address social problems, and eventually ran for the U.S. Senate. In 2022, he won. Though once skeptical of Donald Trump, Vance became one of his strongest allies. In 2024, Trump chose him as his running mate. It was the pinnacle of Vance's fast-rising career and cemented his place in history. He became the 50th Vice President of the United States, one of the youngest ever to hold the office. Known for his sharp positions, Vance emerged as a national conservative, opposing abortion, same-sex marriage, and gun control, while emphasizing family values. At times, his harsh comments about childless people sparked controversy. But for him, these were reflections of the opposite of what he had lived through as a child: poverty and broken family life. Today, J.D. Vance's journey from the narrow streets of Ohio to the White House is a symbol in itself. To his supporters, he is living proof of the American dream. To his critics, he is a politician whose rapidly shifting views and uncompromising language raise concern. Yet one fact is undeniable. J.D. Vance has, in a short time, become a central figure in American politics.